At Survivor Series War Games, Dominik Mysterio's partner, Liv Morgan, will be involved in the Women's War Games match. She will team up with Raquel Rodriguez, Candice LeRae, Tiffany Stratton, and Nia Jax to face Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Io Sky, and Bayley. While Dominik's involvement in this match seems unlikely, there is a chance he could end up stuck inside the steel structure. Over the last few months, Dirty Dom has developed a reputation for interfering in Morgan's matches, helping the Miracle Kid win and retain the Women's World Championship. At the upcoming Survivor Series War Games PLE, Dominik Mysterio could climb up the steel structure in a bid to give Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez some weapons. However, before the Latino chief passed on the weapons, Rhea Ripley could get hold of him. The Nightmare could drag Dirty Dom inside, thus trapping him. Post this, the members of Team Ripley could proceed to attack Dominik inside the structure. While the angle is speculative, given the storyline involving Dominik, Morgan, and Ripley, anything is possible. It will be interesting to see whether WWE books the former NXT North American champion to be involved in this match. When Dominik wrestled alongside Rey Mysterio, he was one of the most loved stars in the company. However, after the 27-year-old betrayed his father in 2022, the former SmackDown Tag Team Champion was instantly hated by the WWE Universe. However, according to the Master of 619, there is an added reason why fans hate Dominik. During an appearance on Cheap Heat with Peter Rosenberg, Rey claimed that, along with the betrayal, fans hated the Judgment Day member because of his mustache. The legendary wrestler also mentioned he too hated his son's mustache. While Dominik Mysterio is currently one of the biggest heels in WWE, there is also scope for him to become a massive babyface if he makes the correct decisions. One such decision could involve Dominik apologizing to Rey Mysterio for his past actions. War Games, the match type synonymous with chaos, carnage, and unpredictability, looms on the horizon, and whispers in the WWE Universe suggest that Dominik Mysterio may find himself in the eye of the storm. Known for his cunning and his meteoric rise as part of Judgment Day, Dominik has thrived on manipulation and calculated strategies. But what happens when he's thrown into a steel cage with no escape, surrounded by both allies and enemies? Let's dive into the potential scenarios, rivalries, and dynamics that could make this War Games match unforgettable, especially if Dominik ends up as the centerpiece of a shocking swerve. As one of WWE's most dominant factions, Judgment Day has made enemies across the roster. Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, and Dominik Mysterio have bullied, betrayed, and beaten their way to prominence. However, their rising success has drawn the ire of top-tier rivals like Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens, all of whom seem poised to challenge the faction in War Games. For Dominik, the stakes are higher than ever. As the group's youngest and most brash member, he has thrived under their guidance, but his inexperience has often left him as the scapegoat when plans go awry. His heat magnet status makes him an easy target, and War Games could be the ultimate test of whether he's truly earned his place in Judgment Day or if his allies see him as expendable. One possible angle heading into War Games is the brewing tension within Judgment Day itself. Damian Priest's Money in the Bank contract has already caused friction, with Finn Balor occasionally looking wary of Priest's intentions. Rhea Ripley, as the de facto leader, has tried to keep the group united, but Dominik's frequent missteps in high-stakes situations could lead to a breaking point. Imagine this scenario. Judgment Day enters War Games as a cohesive unit, but cracks begin to form during the match. Dominik, trapped in the chaos of the cage, becomes a liability, failing to execute a critical move or accidentally costing the team an advantage. His mistakes could lead to a heated confrontation, leaving him isolated not just from his opponents, but from his own team. But what if Dominik isn't the weak link everyone assumes him to be? WWE loves a good swerve, and Dominik could prove to be the mastermind behind a shocking betrayal. Picture this. In the final moments of the match, Dominik turns on Judgment Day, aligning himself with a rival faction or a surprise returning superstar. The betrayal would send shockwaves through the WWE Universe, cementing Dominik's status as one of the most cunning heels on the roster. Another intriguing possibility is Dominik finding himself literally trapped inside War Games. Known for his penchant for avoiding direct confrontation, Dominik could be locked inside the steel structure as part of a planned ambush. Imagine him entering first for Judgment Day, only to realize that his teammates are delayed or worse, that they've left him to fend for himself against the opposing team. This scenario could lead to some captivating storytelling. Dominik, often portrayed as the cowardly heel, would be forced to prove his resilience. Could he survive long enough for Judgment Day to come to his aid? Would he show unexpected grit and determination, earning the respect of the WWE Universe? Or would he crumble under the pressure, exposing his vulnerability for all to see? The image of Dominik, bloodied and battered but refusing to quit, could mark a turning point in his character development. It would challenge the narrative of him as a privileged, undeserving superstar, and position him as someone capable of enduring the harshest conditions. War Games has historically been a stage for power struggles and leadership changes within factions. Dominik's position in Judgment Day has always been unique. He's not the enforcer, that's Damian Priest, the strategist, Finn Balor, or the leader, Rhea Ripley. What if War Games serves as the platform for Dominik to step out of the shadows and claim a more prominent role? A potential swerve could involve Dominik orchestrating a coup within Judgment Day. Imagine a post-match reveal where Dominik admits to cutting a deal with the opposing team, sacrificing his allies to secure his own rise to power. Such a betrayal would solidify him as a top-tier villain, showing that he's learned to play the long game in WWE's cutthroat environment. Alternatively, Dominik could be the victim of a betrayal. Judgment Day, fed up with his antics, might turn on him during or after the match, leaving him alone to face the wrath of their enemies. This would set up a compelling redemption arc for Dominik, forcing him to prove that he can survive and thrive without the faction's protection. No discussion of Dominik Mysterio is complete without addressing his complicated relationship with his father, Rey Mysterio. War Games could provide an opportunity to reignite this rivalry in spectacular fashion. Imagine Rey being part of the opposing team, intent on teaching his son another lesson in respect and humility. The father-son dynamic would add an emotional layer to the match, especially if Dominik finds himself face-to-face with Rey inside the cage. Would Dominik hesitate, showing a glimmer of the boy who idolized his father? Or would he seize the moment to humiliate Rey in front of the WWE Universe once again? War Games has the potential to be a defining moment for Dominik Mysterio, regardless of the outcome. Whether he emerges as a conniving mastermind, a courageous underdog, or a betrayed outcast, the match will further establish his character and set the tone for his future in WWE. Dominik's ability to generate nuclear heat as a heel has already made him a valuable asset, but War Games could elevate him to the next level. If WWE pulls off a swerve, whether it's a betrayal, a dramatic isolation, or a family showdown will only enhance his reputation as one of the most polarizing figures in wrestling today.